our stories. These are our realities. The Urban Impact Show is sponsored by Green and Wood Media Services. Green and Wood uses digital media to help businesses, political campaigns, and organizations grow while increasing their community impact. Green and Wood Media is pleased to offer a digital media buying fellowship to train, develop, and mentor young people interested in digital media, politics, and advertising. Learn more at greenandwoodmedia.com. Hello and welcome to the Urban Impact Show. We are live at Evelyn K. Davis Park for the 3rd annual Sister Soul Fest. We are so excited to be here. I'm your host, Dewana Bradley.
And I'm Brittany Dudley.
How you doing, Brittany?
I'm doing well.
Yeah. Now, excuse Brittany and I's hair. We're just going to say that right now.
It's flying all over the place.
Because this wind is taking our hair all over the place. So I'm done with trying to keep my hair straight. You're going to see my hair sticking up and everything, this, that, and the other. But the wind feels good, though. So
yes, it does.
I'll take
we need it.
Yeah, we need the wind. So I definitely will take it. But as you can see behind us, we have tons of entrepreneurs here. Mm-hmm. We've got Polk County here. We've got small businesses here that are selling their product. People that are just here, just sharing all the stuff. Food vendors, yeah. Mm-hmm. Who's been a good food vendor you've had today?
So I had a cookie, a cream, like an oatmeal cream pie, so good from Kiana's Treats.
Okay.
I had a cup of corn. It was like the Spanish Mexican corn.
Oh yeah, yep.
Here from a vendor, and I had a cup of fruit. I can't remember who that was from, but so far so good. Everything's been really good.
Yeah, that's been great. Make sure if you can get out here, you've probably got about 30-40 more minutes before the event ends. But if you're in the neighborhood, you want to stop through, or you've driven by and you're like, what's going on here? That's the event that's taking place here. They do an amazing job every year giving awards to other people. So what we're going to do later on in the show is we're going to talk to some of those award winners and just hear from them, hear about their business, hear about what they do, why the award means so much to them. We're also going to talk to an individual that's instrumental in making sure this event runs smoothly. So we'll be talking to them later. But before we get to all of those individuals, let's talk about the hot topic of the week that seems to be all the buzz this week is, if you don't know, I don't know where you've been, but President Biden has now partially forgiven student loans.
Yeah, and I think that, I've heard a lot of people kind of back and forth. Some people are extremely excited about it. Some people are like, that's a slap in our face, so I guess I'm interested to hear your opinion on it. I think for me, I'm grateful if he excuses any portion of the student loans.
Right.
I think that this is just the beginning. So I think that there's going to be more to come.
Yeah.
I don't think that, they're not going to, excuse it all, which that would be awesome if they did. Yeah. But for me personally, it's like any amount that they do excuse, I'm grateful of. And there is different stipulations to it. So they just put like a date to when you can start.
Right.
On the I think it's the U.S. education website.
Their website.
What website is it?
Yeah, I think there's Rob, if Rob was here, he'd be sharing this stuff with us.
It's on his page,
yeah, but it is on probably the Secretary of Education's page, I'm assuming. You can also do a Google search and just say student loan forgiveness. Yeah. It will pop up for you. I know that I've been following our host, Rob. You pull that up. Yeah. I've been following Rob, Stoy Hall. Those are two people that I've kind of been following that have been giving some information about this student loan thing. So here's the deal. It sounds like $10,000 or $20,000 can be forgiven. Making under $125,000 sounds like if you got Pell Grants,
yes, you get the $20,000.
You get the $20,000. Otherwise, you get the $10,000. And so here's the thing that I feel like for a person that has hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, I've shared that with people when I need to.
Yeah.
I have tons of student loan debt. So to get even something scratched off the surface, that's $20,000 that I don't have to be worried about or consumed about. Now, this is what I want to say to those naysayers that are talking about it's unfair, it's this, it's that. As the United States, we help out everybody else but ourselves at times. We can send billions of dollars to Ukraine. We can send money, you know, to other countries who need help. Like, and we don't blink. And I'm sure someone will say, well, that comes from different pockets or pools of money. I'm sure that it does. But what's wrong with helping the American people, the hardworking people who have taken their time to go to college, you know, who have given up so much? What's wrong with a little $10,000 to $20,000? I mean,
even if it, like, to me, it's like, I think we should be happy for anything. You know what I mean? Like, because they didn't have to excuse anything. But here's some of this is what he had on his page. Okay, so Biden provided up to $20,000 in debt cancellation to Pell Grant recipients. So if you received a Pell Grant within any of your loans, you automatically get the $20,000. If you didn't get a Pell Grant, $10,000. So non-Pell Grant recipients get the $10,000. Borrowers who earn less than $125 per year or households earning less than $250K are eligible for this debt. So those are, if you are over $125,000, you don't get any loan forgiveness. And they also extended the federal student loan pause a final time to December 31st. You know, and then there's, you know, different stipulations behind, like, if you, what is it called? What, you know, what percentages, what am I trying to say? What percentages it won't keep accruing.
Your interest and all of that? Talking about your interest.
So it puts depending on which class you're in, it won't continue to accrue, because that's what kills us, really.
No, the interest is horrible. The interest absolutely horrible. And then other two, what you want to make sure of, if you didn't file taxes, so for example, my daughter is on my taxes, so the government doesn't have her information, she'll need to go to a website where she will put in her information so that she can get qualify for those loans to be forgiven. Most people, I think the last thing I heard, about 8 million people, they have their information already. So it sounds like they won't have to do anything, but if you know our government, I would do something just in case. I would not trust the fact that if you are a tax-paying person and they have your information, I would definitely just not trust that. Go to the website, just look up the student loan forgiveness in a Google search, look that up, get that information filled out. It sounds like, from what I've heard, it will come out in the middle of October.
So here's what it says. So you can go to studentaid.gov/debt relief, and the beginning of the application start early October. Then the next steps, the borrowers can expect between 4 to 6 weeks for that to process, and then but you have until November 15th. So make sure before November 15th you're trying to educate yourself a little bit more on the process. You just go to the Department of Education, really, and you can learn all the information that you need to, but don't miss out on this. You know, I know some people are saying it's not that much money. Look, anything can help us out right now, but don't miss the deadline of November 15th.
Yep, that's right. Don't miss that deadline. Make sure you look out the Department of Education for more details. We are going to take a quick break as we start to talk to individuals who were key in making Sister Soul Fest a success this year. We'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we are live at Sister Soul Fest. If you haven't yet, I would like you to share this video, like our page, and share it so that we can get more people to see us live and hear about the Sister Soul Fest. So we have our first guest, which is Miss Loretta, who is a founder and on the board of this great event. So tell us about how did this start?
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for having me. I want to say that. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
We started about 3 years ago, and I do meditation. And one day in middle of June 2020, I was out in the park doing just my little thing of meditation, and it came about. I heard clearly that we're going to have a fest. I asked the question, fest? Never did this before. And then everything just started being laid out to me. I went to the other 3 ladies that are part of the 4 Core.
Who's a part of the 4 Core?
The 4 Core are Ty Day, which is a sister of ours. Then we have Hazel Grace and Tarita Spicer Avant. So I went to them, told them I didn't think that enough time, because everything was given to me. The name, the logo, it had to have a heart and a flame.
Yeah.
The date, that it had to be
even the
August.
date?
It had to be the last Sunday. That's why the day when it rained, I was like, okay, God, you gave me this date.
Right.
So, and it cleared up. So the rain had to come for something to wash some things out. So anyway, but yeah, everything was given to me. The first year we had it over in Union Park, and I got excited because that's one of my favorite places. And God said, don't get too excited. This is your first and last year at that park. You're going to come to Evelyn Davis from here out. And I said, okay. I rode over here. I looked at the park. I seen how everything needed to be mapped out, including our food would be over here in one section by the splash pad. And it just happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we have quite a bit of people here today. Tell me a little bit about kind of who do we have here, and then also tell me about why this event matters. There's so many events that go on, but why does Sister Soul Fest matter?
Okay, I'm going to take the last one first.
Okay.
So it matters so much to have Sister Soul Fest because one of the different things that make us a little different from other festivals or events is that all of our businesses out here are women. So they're women owned and women operated. So that's why it's so important to do this. It's creating a space for us, for all women, but primarily for women of color. And this, again, in our neighborhood, in our park, changing the atmosphere and the vibe in our park, in our community.
Okay, wonderful.
So and so we have out here today, we have lots of women. We have over 61 different businesses.
Wow, that's great.
We have 61. So we have, from our food, we have Lady Jerk, we have Done Right, we have V&B Lemonade. In clothing, we have Paparazzi. We have Hazel Grace Oriache. We have Tutu's Flowers.
Black Mafia.
Well, we have Black
Brown Girl
Mafia. Yes, we have Black in Iowa. We have Transitions. We have Just Living in. I don't know if I can say the last part.
She's been on. You can say it.
Okay, Just Living in Shit. Yes, we have them. We have everybody. We have Shay Design, who does our coloring books. Her coloring books are yes, and I love so you have to check her out. So she has coloring books for Black and brown girls and boys. So yeah, we have just a variety of everybody out here.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
So I know that this year you guys have like a new edition. You've branched out to other states. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? What that means for?
Okay. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. So part of the vision when it was given to me is that we would be known as the Black Fair. And so that a fair goes from one state to the next. And so I heard that, but I didn't really envision it at the time. So September 18th. Next month, we are going to North Carolina.
That is so dope.
That is great.
Yes,
wow.
So we will be in Spring Lake, North Carolina. It's right outside of Fayetteville. I think maybe like 15, 20 minutes from there.
Right.
Same type of setup?
Same set. Well, the setup is a little different because their parks are different from ours.
Okay.
Their parks are more kind of the woodsy.
Okay.
So we are in a recreational center out there. And already we have about 20 women vendors, and it stays the same. There's still a lot of staple things that stay the same within the fest as it travels.
Same brand, like same.
Yes, same brand, and but it's hosted by another group. So Erica Plowden, her business hosted.
Okay.
But it's through Sister Girl Talk and Sister So Fest.
Cool. Wow, that's great. So what's the vision? So I love always hearing about, you knew this is what you were supposed to do, and then you heard the next thing, and now it's the state, and going to another state. What's next for Sister Soul Fest? What's just next for the work that you all are doing?
Oh my gosh, there's so much that I envision and that I see. It's like every year, God gives me something new to add to the fest. So last year we added Sister Soul. We see you Sister Wars. And then this year, part of the vision that it was given is that we would be able to create a scholarship for a female, either coming fresh out of high school or re-entering into college to go to school, and then also a grant for a small business. So that's something new that we're going to be working on. We also have dreams for this part of the park to be our kids zone, and so we're going to work on that to make that look a little different from most of the other kids zones or playgrounds for kids. But we want to bring like a floor in, a temporary floor, and have Foursquare. We want to have Double Dutch. We want to
like
have
the old school games.
Old school games, absolutely. We want to have the spin art where it, you put your little paint in there and it spins. We want to have a tetherball.
I was just gonna say, what about tetherball?
Yes, and
or
we have to have
dodgeball.
two of those. Dodgeball. We have to have two because I know the grown folks.
I would want to play.
That's what I said. I said, okay, so we gotta have one for the kids and one for the adults.
Yes,
absolutely. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Getting that other side of things of the field worked out.
Okay.
So before we let you go, I know that talk to our viewers about monthly we can stay connected with your group outside of just the yearly fest. What are the events that you guys do monthly?
Monthly, what we do, I teach meditation, and we teach it right here in the park. So we meet up every last Sunday of the month. And we meet here in Evelyn Davis. It's for an hour. Sometimes it's 2 hours. But we do meditation. We also do different things. We went hiking last October. This year, we're going to do something as well. We're going to do like a gathering of like a bonfire, invite family to come out and just kind of have a vibe, in the evening at the sunset. So we do a lot of different things. We had Zumba last year, so sometimes we do Zumba. It just depends. Because Sister Girl Talk is really for us.
Yes.
And so anyone that comes and has an idea or something that they want to see happen for us, we're open to it. So there's nothing that, we're not open to at least hear and probably implement. So
sure.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us a little bit about all of the great work you're doing and hearing the backstory behind it too. I love hearing people's backstory of how this all came to be. It's amazing. Urban Impact Show's been here for the last 2 years now, I think we have. I remember when you all were at Union Park and being there for that first event. So that was great. So tell our viewers just one last thing. If they want to be involved in next year's event though, how can they learn more? If they want to give, how can they do that?
Okay, so we're always open for volunteers. We're open for sponsors. We're open for new businesses to come and partner with us. We do right now have our social media handles. It's Instagram and also Facebook. We're working on a website, so that should be up and running before next year. But it's Sistars, so it's SISTARSGIRLTALK at that's it. Okay. So
on Instagram.
Facebook, on Instagram and also on Facebook and and at Gmail. That's what I'm gonna say. That's our email too.
Okay. All right.
They can follow us
thank you
there.
so much.
Yes, thank you.
Great event.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you all. We will be back with an award winner here at Sister Soul Fest. The Urban Impact Show is sponsored by Green and Wood Media Services. Green and Wood uses digital media to help businesses, political campaigns, and organizations grow while increasing their community impact. Green and Wood Media is pleased to offer a digital media buying fellowship to train, develop, and mentor young people interested in digital media, politics, and advertising. Learn more at greenandwoodmedia.com. We are back live at Evelyn K. Davis Park here at Sister Soul Fest, and we are here with one of our award winners. We know who you are, but I'm going to let you tell everyone who you are and what award you won.
All right, I'm Mary Wells. I have a couple of titles. I am the Polk County Treasurer, and I'm also the president and co-founder of Investing in My Future. And last year, I won the Boss Moves Award. And being the first Black Polk County Treasurer in the state of Iowa was one of the reasons I was recognized, and also for what I'm doing in the community with Investing in My Future.
Well, tell us a little bit about the work you do with Investing in My Future, because I think we know you do Polk County Treasurer, but I don't think too many people know a little bit about Investing in My Future. So tell us just a little bit about the work you do with that organization.
Well, Invest in My Future, we work with students that are from 4th grade on up to college. And even after college, we still work with them with internships. And we try to prepare our young people for the next level up. So if they're in elementary, we're trying to get them ready for middle school. If they're in middle school, we're trying to get them ready for high school. In their high school, we want them to get ready for either a trade or off to college. And once they're in college, you want to get that support. So who can we match you up with, a mentor or an internship to make sure that we keep you on that right path? So we do workshops throughout the school year. We work through the Des Moines Public School calendar year, and that's when we do tours. We do a tour in the spring, and we do a tour in the fall. Our tour this fall, we're going to be going to a state, a community, and a private institution. And in the spring, we go to HBCUs, Historic Black Colleges and Universities. So we really try to do a lot with our young people.
How long has your organization been an organization? Like, how long have you guys been working with children?
Since 2010. So we've been around for over 12 years, and we are so thrilled to be in the community doing what we can for young people, encouraging them and helping to be authentically themselves.
How many children are in the program right now?
We have what we call a pass-through program. So we have kids, we work with hundreds of kids throughout the school year. We don't really keep track in the way of saying we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we may have 20 kids in a workshop. The next workshop we could have 50 kids. So, and then we do our college tour. We do our tour for at least 40 kids per tour. They may not be the same kids. So we just, our workshops, we just do as many kids as we can, and we don't turn any kids away. Our primary focus is the African American community, but our program is open to any kid, color, economic, social status. It does not matter. We just want to work with young people.
How can a parent get their kids involved in your program?
They can go to investinginmyfuture.org and subscribe to our newsletter or our email. So when you go out there and subscribe at investinginmyfuture.org, it just puts you on our distribution list, so you'll find out about any upcoming events that we have.
Okay.
So with Investing in My Future, you're doing events around the year. So your first event will be coming up here for the college tour. Will that be the first thing coming up?
That will be not the first thing. We'll have some workshops coming up. And so we have workshops starting in September. And we'll start with our workshops with our elementary, middle school, and high school students. We also have all-day STEAM workshops that will be coming up in October and February. And that's also when we do our career fairs. So we get our programming started early, but that tour is going to be that last Thursday of the month.
Got it. What is it about this place that draws you here? I see you representing with your Sister Soul Fest shirt today. What is it about this event that draws you and makes you want to be a part of it?
Well, number one, I have family that started it. So Loretta Windsor is my niece, and I truly adore her. I'm going to represent and support her any way possible. But the vision that she had to promote so many other women and to push those women forward, I think me being the first Black County Treasurer, it's another thing. You have all these black and brown female business owners that go unrecognized, and I love that they recognize us for who we are. And here you can be authentically yourself.
You sure can. You definitely can be yourself here, and it's evidenced by all of the vendors that we have here this evening. We're going to switch gears just a little bit because we do have an election coming up.
Okay.
And I would be remiss if I just didn't let people know that your name will be on the ballot for that election. Just talk to the viewers quickly, and we're going to invite you to come back in October.
Okay.
So we're all candidates that are going to be on the ballot. We want you to come back. But can you just tell our viewers, and I know you've said this before, why is it important to vote?
It's important because your voice is your vote. And so you want your voice to be heard, and you want folks in office that represent your values. And so you want people that have been there. I'm glad we're right here in 50314 zip code. This is where was born and raised. I was born at Broadlands Hospital. So being in this community and actually being elected, I think that shows young people that we all can strive to be better and bigger in this community and have a say. So it's important to let your voice be your vote and count and be registered. So I try to, what I ask people to do is find 10 people that don't normally vote in the midterm elections and that may not be registered. Find 10 of them and get a plan. I need you to get a plan to make sure that makes your voice count, make that vote count, whether it's mail in, whether you're going to walk in, the absentee ballot, whatever way that you're going to do that, cast that vote. There's so many that went ahead of us that made it possible for this to be. I'm tired of us saying this is the first black, this is the first black that. Let's all get involved.
Right.
Anything else that you'd like to talk to our viewers about before we end?
No, this is great. I think the Urban Impact Show showcases us once again, allowing us to be authentically ourselves. I love it. And this event too, if you didn't make it this year, it's going to be here next year. Just go out there and look on the website and Facebook to get more information about how you can support black women in vendors. So thank you all.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And you'll be back with us next month? No,
Yes,
in 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, in 2 months.
Yep.
We'll have you back in October to dig more deeper into the political conversation, because I like what you said about just reaching out to those 10 people who don't vote, and if we can just start getting people to vote. So we're going to talk more about that the next time we have you on the show. So thank you all. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we are live at Sister Soul Fest. If you guys missed out the event, this was an awesome event. It's third annual, so they will be hosting it next year, but definitely an amazing event. We have our third guest.
Yes.
Dr. Mary Chapman here to talk to us. She won an award, which is Shooting for the Stars. Amongst the Stars
yes.
Award. Talk to us about what winning that award meant to you today.
Well, when I was first notified that I had received this award, Amongst the Stars, I had been reading about, the women that were going to be recognized today, and they were Black business owners. I mean, young up and coming business owners. And I said, well, I don't own a business. But she said, with the work that you've been doing in the community, she said, we see you and the impact that you have been making on the community for a long, long time and continue to make in the community. So, you're amongst the stars. And when she asked me to say something after I received the award, she said, is there anything you want to say? And I said, well, when you think that you're amongst the stars, then there's not really much that you need to say. It's just shine bright, be a beacon, among the other stars, especially if you're shining bright, if your light shines bright. And, I think the award speaks to being an inspiration
Yes.
and encouragement. And that's something that I always try to do is to be encouraging, be an inspiration, be a mentor, and just find ways to make an impact on the community, seeing where there's gaps and where the work that needs to be done to keep moving forward, to keep keeping our community vibrant.
Yes.
I was speaking to someone about this festival is just so wonderful. I remember participating the very first year in Ewing Park. I think it was not Ewing Park, Union Park.
It was,
And I was working the table for NAACP. We were registering for voters, and it was really during the early, I guess the front end of COVID and being careful and there were vendors there, entrepreneurs there, and there were women being recognized. I remember, I think Deidre DeGier was being recognized that afternoon. And it was just inspiring to see women fellowshipping and, greeting each other. And
Positive.
it was positive. And then to see it now,
How
this
it's grown.
year, 2022, it's like double, triple in size.
It has.
And but to see just how well everyone is doing, and just the spirit, the spirit of the future, the hope. I was reflecting on the message that our minister was giving minister gave today, in talking about the future and the hope, and how during the season that we're living in now, it's really kind of challenging.
Yes,
to
it
even
is.
think about a future and to think and to have hope,
Right.
that there will be a future. And so we just have to keep supporting each other and encouraging. And so that's amongst the stars. I guess I'm going to stay there amongst the stars and keep shooting and shining bright.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Chapman, you've done a lot in this community. So I know she's being very modest here right now, very modest, but you have been heavily involved and instrumental in many of the things going on in the community. Your involvement with the NAACP, being a part of DMAC. So just talk to our viewers. Some are looking today, maybe they haven't heard who you are or the work you've done. And I know we don't always like to tout all of the things that we've done in the community, but you have truly made an impact right here in the city of Des Moines. So just talk a little bit about your involvement with things and your passion for those things that you're involved with.
Okay, well, when I think about my passion, the passion is thinking about those that are vulnerable, those that are on the fringe or marginalized. That first generation, I know with me being an educator, we talk a lot about first generation, and thinking about the work that I've done in Des Moines Public Schools there, as a principal, at thinking about the work at Edmonds, working with the young people there, thinking about their future and staying engaged in school. But then at DMAC, the work that what makes me proud is the thinking about how the work that I did to connect DMAC and the gym, the resource that it is in the community, with students, young adults, and individuals that have been incarcerated and they're returning to the community and looking for that second chance, then DMAC is a resource that can help them with getting skills to help them to transition back. But the work that I did was one, creating that infrastructure that exists now at Evelyn K. Davis Center. That was like a concept that what they're utilizing there and working with their clients and the students that are going through the center, that wraparound, that multifaceted approach, not only working with the basic skills, but the supports, that life-challenging supports for them to be successful. That infrastructure is something that I worked on. And with Youth Build, starting that, and with high school students. I remember at DMAC when I was at the urban campus as the provost there, we needed to do a better job of connecting with high school students. And so that's when Upward Bound, I worked with DMAC to get Upward Bound established at DMAC. And then once the students are in DMAC, then they still needed support to stay.
Right.
So that's what student support services. So getting the TRIO program there at DMAC. Youth Build, working with Youth Build, I'm thinking that at DMAC, we were the first, getting Youth Build at DMAC, when I was there, we were the first community college in the country to have a Youth Build, because the Youth Build were basically in nonprofits in the community, because it's a earn while you learn program with a construction apprenticeship program. But I felt like there needed to be a pathway. It's not enough to have a certificate, apprenticeship certificate. Then where else can you go with that and leading to a degree? And there are other programs at DMAC that you could connect with. So that's something that I did. And in prison, right now at Mitchellville and at Newton, when I was at DMAC, I partnered with the Department of Corrections to establish, work with the program that targeted serious and violent offenders, and partnered with the parole officers, and we created some positions that are still that have been institutionalized now in corrections, the reentry specialists, and those are positions that are there that are that not only know what it takes to be not successful in prison, but to make sure you do what you need to do while you're inside, but then to prepare while you're in prison, to prepare for the time that you are released, so that you can successfully re-enter your community. So the reentry specialists have been institutionalized, and that started, I was responsible for that. And so now at Mitchellville, they have a computer center there that is the Mary Chapman computer
That's
lab.
wonderful.
That's there in the education building.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
There. So my passion is, thinking about that reentry, those men and women that are, they're looking for a better life. It always was important for me for them to leave prison differently than the way they went in. So my work in the community has been, basically, continuing the work that I do in, connecting, and I'd say that I'm a free agent now. So
you talked about a lot of great things that you are a part of and have done in the community. As we wrap up this session of the show, what are some words of wisdom that you would like to offer to? There's a lot of women business just getting started or started within the last 2-3 years. What are some words of wisdom that you would like to offer to any of these women businesses?
Well, the one that comes to mind that's real important is being persistent.
Yes.
And being patient.
Yes.
Knowing what it is that you want, what you want that end goal to be, and don't take your eye off that. You say keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah.
So it may not happen right away, but you're trying to accomplish. Just be patient because it is going to happen. You may have to change up, change your course,
Right.
but just stay focused. It's going to happen.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you just sharing with us, and want to just say thank you for all the work you're doing here in our community.
Yes.
The work you're going to continue to do. Your passion, we can hear it in your voice, the passion that you have just for people in general. So we really appreciate you and getting that award amongst the stars, because you definitely are amongst
star in
the
our
stars.
community.
You are a star in this community. So we thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a really quick break here at the Urban Impact Show. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We'll be back with our last guest for the Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we are live at Sister Soul Fest, Evelyn K. Davis Park, and we have no stranger to us, Miss Courtney Perry, who has won the award Boss Moves, right?
Yes.
Won the award here, Boss Moves. And so talk to us a little bit about that award, what it means to you getting that award and being recognized?
It definitely is very appreciative. Boss Moves for me is just, getting out here by all means necessary and making it happen. We got to show, my thing is we have to show as a Black woman, like, it is possible. Like, our youth is very important to me. So, of course, I have a 23-year-old that's in college, so I need to show her, like, you can get out there and get it. And just like anybody else that's out here wanting to believe in their dreams and their passion, like, it's a lot of work. As y'all can see, I'm I'm a little exhausted, okay? So, but just know that if you put your feet forward, you can make the moves and be a boss that you want to be.
Yeah. So talking about Boss Moves, you have a lot of businesses and things that you're doing. Talk to our viewers about the businesses that you run now.
So right now, my company name is Privacy, of course. Privacy mainly is an event coordination, event planning company, working into project management, things like that for other people's events and all the nonprofits that I work with, of course. And then, of course, I offer the small business consultations for those that are upcoming. And what that is just basically me giving back everything that I was taught in my journey and giving that back to everybody. Yeah. You're not supposed, I was, my grandmother always said, you're supposed to keep that knowledge going. And so I do a lot of business consultations and marketing for people and helping them get their brand out there. And then, of course, everybody knows the Candle Lady is who I am now. So Lady Lex is the product side of Privacy. And so we have that. We've got the candles, the wax melts, lotions. We got room sprays coming, soaps coming. So, it's all about, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's not easy, y'all. And you got to strategize. I'm learning that, nobody really taught me how to do any of this. It's really just coming to you as you go. But as long as you believe in it, make it happen.
What has being at this event mean for you? This is your third time here. Yes. What has being at this event mean for you?
I remember Loretta saying a long time ago that she wanted to do this. So being here and being able to support her in her dream is everything. And then, of course, just seeing all of the businesses that have grown, not even just because of the pandemic, but before the pandemic, and seeing that everybody's still staying strong. That is what makes it so much. It's just allowing to see our Black people and just being out there. It's amazing. I love it.
One thing I was just thinking about that I feel like is seeing some of these same businesses the third year in a row. It's like, it almost feels like we're all one big business for Iowa, but we all have these little bitty ones because we're all still at this same event for the same type of goal. And then now that they're branching off to other states, it's almost like we are one big business. In Iowa, the Sister Soul Fest is one big group, which is little businesses within that group. Yeah,
it's a sisterhood that they have built for us, and it was very much needed. Yes, they came right on time, and of course, the ladies who are part of all of that. I mean, they're great women. I see them myself as my mentors too. Yes, so. Just being here, it is great. It's just wonderful.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm excited because Courtney's about to save my life. She is jumping on to help me for Juneteenth, and I could not be happier, y'all. This is the first year I am letting go just a little bit, and I've been watching Courtney. She's been doing amazing things, and so I am so grateful to have her a part of the work that we're doing, and she is going to make my life so much better just by taking the piece of Juneteenth that she's going to be taking on. So I just want to tell you thank you. I know I've been all over the place the last few weeks, but
I've been trying to get to her for like 2 weeks now, but we're gonna get this. But
I feel so bad. I said, this girl gonna think I'm crazy. I said, I hope she stays.
No, I've been running just as much as you. So hey, I'm like, okay, we'll get together. But yes, I thank you for that opportunity. When I got that phone call and I was like, what day? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What really? So I mean, that's huge for me because that just shows the progress. And as you're working through, there's people that's always watching you. I think that's kind of scary for me because I'm a person that likes to stay in the background. Yeah. So when people be like, oh yeah, I see you, I'm like, okay. So even getting an award today, I'm like, okay, I stay humble and I'm appreciative, but also at the same time I'm giddy. I got butterflies every time.
That just means that your hard work is paying off and people are noticing.
Right, it is, and I think too, it's at those times you need that motivation because I know at times it gets rough what you're doing, and you get to a point where some days you're like, you know what, y'all keep all this. I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing before, until you realize the freedom that really does come with being your own boss and being able to make decisions and work with people. So I think when those awards come around or those accolades come, it comes at the right time. It's those points when you really need that uplifting.
Because there's been plenty of times where I've said, okay, y'all, look, okay, this is a lot of work. I'm going to go back to my corporate job and whatever, and make it easier. But I will tell you, every time I put forward to even try to fill out an application, the Lord will send me some type of blessing and tell me that is not the way that I told you to go.
Yeah.
So, I have a colleague of mine, my biggest fan. He told me, he was like, you can't go back to the corporate world. It's not going to work for you. It's not even going to be feasible.
You're not going to enjoy it. You enjoy this. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And it's hard. And I'm just always going to stress it's hard. Yeah. But you literally have to live in faith and know that the steps that you have and the signs that you see are for you. They're meant for you. You just have to make sure that you're paying attention and you're taking the initiative to make that happen.
Yeah, no, that's true. Is there anything else you want to share with viewers? Someone who's thinking about moving in this direction because, they're working in corporate America, but they're saying, this is not for me. What advice would you give to them before we close out?
I'm definitely I got two things. So, first and foremost, if you're thinking about moving and branching off, give it some thought. But don't give it too much thought where it's going to scare you and not take that step. Okay? Yeah. So get on your knees and pray to the Lord and leave it to him. I was listening to Oprah this morning and she said, you have to leave it to him in order. You can't harbor it and wonder about it. No, you pray on it and you leave it. So, and if the sign comes and you get to work and you look at them people and you say, okay, this is it. Know that you're ready to now work. Right. And be ready to work. I like that. Because it can happen. Yeah. My number 2 is for those that are looking for that inspiration on September 17th. We will be holding our boss conference. Me, Tarita, and Cameron will be speakers, and we'll just giving that motivation and giving you guys that insight of showing you the behind the scenes of what we went through to get where we are at. It's blazers for the ladies, suits we would like for the men. It is co-ed, but come out. It's going to be a good time. It's Saturday. Is it Saturday? Saturday, September 17th at Bella Love. And so you can get your tickets online. You can follow me on Facebook, Courtney Perry, and yes, get your tickets. We're going to have fun. Food provided, free mimosas, all that.
Well, the Urban Impact Show would like to get 2 tickets. So if you've got someone that wants to have a ticket, money's the problem or whatever, if you got 2 people you're thinking of, Urban Impact Show will sponsor 2 people to be able to go to that event.
Okay, y'all hear that? There's 2 people. We're going to raffle off them tickets. And one more thing. There is a $500 grant opportunity for you to win. All you have to do is purchase a ticket, and then you can send a message to Cameron Dawson through Facebook Messenger, just telling her the reasons why you feel as if you should get that $500. It could be, I want to get my business started because you're ready, but you don't have those funds. Well, this is your opportunity to have no reason but to say the reasons why, and then you come up and you might win. So $500 can get you a long way.
It does. It sounds like it's like $500, especially in business when you're starting off brand new. You got to register your business. You got to do these different things. Yeah. All of that stuff comes into place. So Courtney, thank you so much for the work that you're doing in our community. Y'all. Remember, September 17th, Urban Impact Show is gifting 2 tickets. So we'll get those raffled off for you. But we will thank you for everything that you're doing within our community.
I thank you.
And
thank y'all.
We'll
thank everybody.
Be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we are closing things up here at the 3rd annual Sister Soul Fest here live at Evelyn K. Davis Park. It's been an amazing day, hasn't it?
It's been really nice. I've been out here since about noon. It's been really nice.
Yeah, it's been great to just talk to our guests and hear a little bit about
award winners.
Yeah, share your thoughts as we close things out.
I think this event continues to get better and better. I'm happy to see and hear that they're branching out to another state with another organization, kind of partnering. I think that's awesome. I think this is an event that, can go from state to state, like the fair.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Black women-owned businesses in other states that need to come together and work together and, congregate. So I thought it was an awesome event, and I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, nope, I'm with you. I think this has been a great event. I love being a part of just seeing the growth of it all. I love just watching. I can remember from Union Park where it was there, and I spoke at that one, and just watching the progression of growth is amazing. So I just want to encourage all of those who are involved with Sister Soul Fest to keep going. I'm excited to hear how having things in another state works out for them as well. I think that's absolutely amazing. So no, I enjoy being here. I'm glad the Urban Impact Show always makes time to have space here, really to uplift our Black women of color. To me, that's what it's about, being able to have those conversations. So we thank you all for joining us today on the Urban Impact Show live here at Evelyn K. Davis Park. We have been on the road quite a bit. I don't know when we're going to get back to the studio, but hopefully mid-September, we'll be back at the studio. We might have one more on-location show next week. So just stay tuned. We'll share that on Facebook once we get those kind of details all together. But we thank you so much for joining the Urban Impact Show. Have a blessed week. And
have an awesome week, everybody.
Next Sunday.